Hi, I'm Reverend Tom Kearns, and welcome to 333 Magic 9, where the tarot cards and the astrology stars come together to help you. Now, 2022 will be a different year than 2021, but there still are some critical days that you need to know about because they can affect your love, your money, and your career. So let's take a closer look at some of the important days in 2022. I hope you will like this video and also press the little bell for notifications when my new videos come out. The tarot card for the first quarter is the Death card, which represents death and the possibility of resurrection. The tarot card for the second quarter is the Magician, which represents spiritual power being used on the earth plane for creation. The tarot card for the third quarter is the Seven of Cups, which represents misrepresentation, confusion, and temptation. The tarot card for the fourth quarter is the Wheel of Fortune, which represents a new cycle with new potential in the spiritual continuity behind the ever-changing world. Gemini, the card for the first quarter and overshadowing the whole year is the Death card. Now, the Death card represents not only death, but the possibility of rebirth and renewal. It can also represent revolution and be very apropos since Pluto, the planet of death and resurrection, will return to the exact degree it was at the birth of the United States of America. This will represent a purging of people who have abused power and beliefs that are false. So there is hope for a better future. And as we look down into the astrology, the year begins with 4 planets in Capricorn in your 8th house of shared energy. Venus is retrograde and conjunct Pluto. So this is the perfect time to reevaluate what you need in intimate and financial situations. Mercury will go retrograde on January 14th, so you have to take care with what you say in networking groups of people. And then Uranus turns direct in your 12th house right down here, and that happens on the 18th. So you need to overcome limitations to be more effective in your life. February begins with a Sun, Moon, and Saturn conjunction up in your 9th house, which may bring a sense of seriousness to your ambitions. New responsibilities need your undivided attention. And then Mercury and Venus both going direct may help if you listen to your deeper intuition. March will begin with a new moon conjunct Jupiter up here in the 10th house of status and career, bringing some luck and perhaps a new opportunity through your connections. So take communication seriously because Saturn and Mercury will be together in the first week. Now, as we move into the second quarter, we see that the card is the Magician. Now, this represents the ability to use all the elements in the act of creation. Now, this is a very dynamic energy and suggests that what has been purged will make way for an energy that is much more constructive and creative. It also suggests that there is a spiritual power that is being used on the earth plane. And this would coincide, in my way of thinking, with Jupiter that will move from Pisces to the sign of Aries. So as we look down into the astrology, April begins as Venus will be entering into the sign of Pisces in your 10th house of career. So this is a positive influence that can help you achieve career goals. And good communications can help you get ahead because Jupiter conjuncts Neptune on the 12th, And that can bring some creative opportunities and perhaps even a dream job. So your ideas are on a higher level, so express them. And the new moon will end April and begin May with a powerful boost of energy in your 12th house. Now, this is the house of spirituality, so hidden helpers, guardian angels, will help you. But when Mercury goes retrograde on the 10th and Jupiter enters into Aries, people may be confused and a little bit too aggressive. So be wise and watch who you're dealing with. The total lunar eclipse occurs on the 16th, shows power struggles that demand common sense. And June may settle down as Mercury will go direct and on the 3rd, so personal matters can straighten out. And then Saturn will go retrograde in your house of understanding. So got to slow down and be wise. Not everyone will believe the same way that you do. And then both Venus and Mercury go into Gemini, and that will help make everybody want to network and talk and travel. The card for the 3rd quarter is the 7 of Cups. Now this card represents confusion and temptation. In the real world, it can be associated with misinformation or not being able to clearly understand the choices that are right in front of a person. So the challenge becomes making a wise decision and not being swayed by misinformation or by the emotions. And as we look down here into the astrology, July will be a busy month as 4 planets make changes. Week 1 has Mars in your 12th house, urging you to do research, work behind the scenes. Mercury will be down in your 2nd house, and this tells you to be a little bit careful with spending. You can make money, but you can spend it fast. And the 3rd week, Venus will want to splurge on some new clothing. And then Mercury will enter the 3rd house, stimulating communications and travel. Jupiter will go retrograde on the 28th, so cut back a little bit on social activities. Now, August will show a similar type of pattern as Mercury will move down into the 4th house on the 4th and 5th, making you interested in security issues. And then Venus will be in the 3rd house on the 11th, and so you'll want to get out and about to talk to everybody. And then Mars will be in the 1st house here, and he wants you to follow your desires, so be a bit sensible. And then on the 24th, Uranus will turn retrograde in your 12th house. So listen very carefully and try to be clear about your dreams and your intuitions. September will be a bit easier as Venus will come down to Earth on the 4th, so take time to beautify your house. Mercury will retrograde in your pleasure area, so you may have a call from a past lover. Woo! As we go into the 4th quarter, the tarot card is the Wheel of Fortune. It depicts the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac, bringing a sense of spiritual continuity that lies behind the ever-changing nature of the world. This is a very positive card and suggests that our fortunes are taking a turn for the better. In fact, you may be feeling that way already. So enjoy the changing cycles of life. As we look down into the astrology, October begins with Mercury going direct in your 4th house. This can be beneficial for dealing with family and home. So you might want to do some work around the home or some improvement. Pluto turns direct in your 8th house on the 8th, right up here, and that is really a time period for you to make some adjustments or changes in your investments and listen carefully to your intuition. Saturn will turn direct on the 23rd up here in the 9th house, bringing new opportunities through education and asking you to focus on your future goals. And then November begins as Mars will go retrograde in your first house. So be careful with your words and actions. And then there's a total lunar eclipse on the 8th, and this warns you against having secrets, fears, and emotions that you can't control, so be careful. Jupiter will go direct on the 23rd up in the 10th house of ambition, woohoo, and career and social status, so that can start a whole new opportunity cycle there. December will begin with Neptune going direct in the 10th house, and this can clear up some confusion with career goals or people that you deal with. And Venus and Mercury will move up into your 8th house. Now that helps with investments, with intimacy, and with listening to your psychic abilities. But be a little bit careful with communications and travel, as Mercury will go retrograde on the 29th of the month. Hi, I'm Reverend Tom Kearns, and this is my story. If you are a spiritual seeker, it may help you on your journey. I believe your spiritual development is as important as your religion. If you look at Christianity, it focuses on the life of Jesus. But Jesus was never a Christian. He was Jewish. If this thought intrigues you, you'll enjoy my new book, Light from Water, Freeing Jesus. It's available on Amazon.com and through fine bookstores. And it may help you on your spiritual journey. I hope you will like this video and also press the little bell for notifications when my new videos come out. I'd like to thank you for watching. I'd like to thank you for listening. And please subscribe, because these videos are free, and that's a great price. And they can help you in the coming year. So please take a moment to ring the bell so you can be notified for new videos. And if you want some deeper information, go to my website, ProfessorAstrology.com, and you can find ways to get a transit chart or a natal chart so you know more about you. And I hope that you have a very great year.